which will be heading down the down main. So I'll be able to see across. And as we do go along, we will be calling out where we are on the network. So if you've got a radio or that with you down at a station, so if you're listening, you can get your camera ready to take photos of the trains as they pass. Now, we do have to let you know that these trains will be running at speed from Redfern through to Strathfield. So please keep yourself back behind that yellow line and all your equipment behind it too, as these trains will pass platforms at speed.
Okay, now are there many people on the train?
Yes, there are many people on the train. Both these trains are sold out. In fact, as I look across now towards the Hunter, there's people just lining the windows of that train.
Oh, right.
Yep, and a lot of people here lining platform 2 here at Central, which is just cleared, and taking their photos and videos of the great train race departing.
Okay, so
we're into the Sydney Yard now. So while we're doing that, I'll just tell you a little bit about what's happening this weekend, because we are going to be crossing a lot of tracks here at the moment. There are steam train rides this weekend. You can also go ride on Sydney's vintage electric train, the Red Rattler. There's Devon TTs, rail motor rides, and also there are vintage buses and steamboats running as well. So take the opportunity to get down here to Central Station, as it looks like the Honey is getting a little bit of speed up on the Garrett at the moment.
So you're on the move now, Jason?
Yeah, we're fairly on the move now, as we're still pulling out of Sydney Yard, and you can probably hear the pistons of the Garrett in the background, and the train whistles as well, as we're still looking across, and lots of excited kids.
So people can take rides on the trains now. They're going around, apart from this one, they're going around 12:15, 12:40, 1:30, 2:05, 3:05 and 3:30. You can get rides on these trains over the weekend.
Yes, but they'll be operating at Central Station down to Hurstville and back, as a lot of people on the other train are getting their videos. And it looks like the Garrett's now getting a little bit of power up as we're still pulling out of Sydney Yard. We are about to cross under Cleveland Street at Redfern. As we are now crossing under Cleveland Street, I can't just look dark, and there's just smoke and steam billowing everywhere under here. So it's heading under Cleveland Street. The Garrett has now pulled ahead of the Hunter, which is just pulled out of under Cleveland Street now, as we're heading down to Redfern Station by the new B-set Waratahs heading into the city in front of me now, most likely on a city circle service.
Oh, excellent! And is there many people on the platforms, or have you gone past the platforms yet?
Yeah, we're not. We're still in the yard between Central and Redfern, so we can't see Redfern Station just yet. So Redfern is what we're coming up to, as it sounds like the Hunter is picking up a bit of speed as it's moving across onto the down suburban track now. It looks like we are on the down main at the moment, as another B set passes in front of me. You do have to go a bit slow from here because speed restrictions due to all the crossovers and all that. We are about to pass Redfern Station now, so if you are at Redfern, get your cameras ready. We are just pulling into the station now, as the Hunter is starting to pick up a little bit of speed, and it looks like it will just get into Redfern ahead of the Garrett, as the fireman on the Hunter throws another shovel load of coal into the boiler, and I've just got to... And the fun of doing this, Tina, is I just get a face full of steam and smoke as we go under the underpasses. So 10 minutes here could be quite interesting to go through underpasses and all that.
Indeed.
And people on the platforms here at Redfern, they're taking their photos and videos as the trains pass and cheering them along. And it looks like the Hunter is now got up a fair bit of speed compared to the Garrett. And it looks like the Hunter has pulled a fair bit ahead as we head down to McDonaldtown Station, as it looks like we've got a suburban service running in between us now by the sound of it.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
And it looks like the Hunter is basically pulled one train length ahead, as I can see the diesel locomotive on the back of the Hunter. Now, if you're wondering why their diesel locomotive is on the back, when the trains get to the other end, they've got to be dragged all the way back to Central Station. So they use diesel locomotives to do that.
Oh, like to tow them, do you mean?
Yes,
okay.
Tow them back.
Now, I just want to tell people as well that one of the other things that's happening this weekend is you can have Devonshire tea on an old dining carriage at Central Station, and that's every day from 10, 11, 12, 1:30 and 2:30, apart from the 10 a.m. one today. So other than that, Devonshire tea. You can also go to the mortuary after dark, which is the old part of old Central Station, and explore in the presence of a locomotive. So there's lots and lots of things that are happening for this Heritage Weekend. And like you said, the double-decker bus rides as well, Jace.
Yes, they are. They've got the double-decker bus rides operating out of Central Station. You can use them to get down and have a look at the steamboats and all that, and catch a steamboat, as the Garrett is now picking up some speed as we are coming down onto McDonaldtown Station. And the Garrett has now looks like it's going to be passing the Hunter very, very shortly. And both trains look like they're going to be going neck to neck as they pass McDonaldtown Station. We've got people waving at us out the window of the carriages off the Hunter. We're now passing McDonaldtown, and Newtown Station will be next, as the Hunter is just passing McDonaldtown. The Garrett has cleared McDonaldtown Station.
So are they right beside each other, Jace?
They're running beside each other at the moment. The Garrett's quite fairly ahead at the moment, and we're heading up to Newtown Station now. Just the Garrett is about to pass under the bridge near Newtown Station, so we're passing under that bridge now. The Hunter not too far behind us, as the Garrett is now passing Newtown Station. We've lots more people there on the platforms, seeing their photos and videos of the races, and a lot of unsuspecting passengers just going about their daily lives, not suspecting that two spin trains are about to pass through the station, as we're now passing under King Street at Newtown. Now the next station we will pass will be Stanmore, as I just get another mouthful of coal, soot, smoke and steam and that out of the garage as we passed under that bridge.
Well, you know, I'm just having a look at the Transport Heritage Facebook page, and they've just put up a video of the race beginning, and I can see all this steam. It's quite incredible.
And yeah, if you are looking at it and you're on the platform, you can actually see me. I'm at the very front of the Garrett.
All I can see is steam.
I'm actually kneeling at the window on a phone with a GoPro camera sitting on my head.
Oh, right.
And,
I can't see you on the video that they've got. They're not doing it live.
As it looks like we do have to slow up a bit for something up ahead on the tracks. Apparently the fog is a little bit thick out here, according to George, who's the guard here, and looks like the Hunter has slowed up a little bit as well, so hopefully he'll be able to maybe catch up to us.
Oh, I think I just saw you, Jace. Are you on the black train?
I'm on the black train, and it looks like the Hunter is coming up behind us now. I just can't see, but I can hear it in the background getting slightly closer as we are coming up onto Stanmore Station, and the Hunter has picked up a fair amount of speed on the down Suburban track. It looks like it may get to Stanmore Station ahead of us, and hopefully the Garrett will be able to take up some more speed as the F1 appears to pass behind us on its way to Central Station for its electric train shuttles around the city circle, now to East Hills later on in the day. So, plenty up on the Stanmore Station, and Tina, when we get in line with the Hunter, I think we might let the listeners hear a little bit of these being mentioned as well. Okay, right. So, it looks as though we're just passing Stanmore Station now. Petersham Station is the next one that we're coming to. As we've got.
Well, I'm also going to tell people that you can also get rides on the old Red Rattlers this weekend. The Sydney's Vintage Electric F1. It's a 3-car train, and was once the backbone of Sydney suburban fleet from 1926, and they're going every day at 10 and 12:30 from Central to Erskineville and back by the city circle. So that's if you're a train fanatic, there's plenty for you to do this weekend.
Yes, there is, and I'll be actually taking one of the Red Rattler rides later on today. As we've just passed Stanmore Station, the next station looks like we're going up to is Petersham, and it looks like the Hunter is just ahead at the moment as we head up towards the Petersham Station. It looks like we have had to slow up again for probably some traffic up ahead, maybe inter-urbans and some other suburban trains on the track. The reason I have to slow up is the train drivers here do have to obey all the signalling and that on the stations here on the Sydney Trains network, as regular services are running at the moment. And you may hear some of the regular suburban services going past on the opposite tracks, as it looks like we're just about to pass the Peterson station now on our way towards Strathfield, and it looks like we are at and now we are passing Peterson station. Lewisham station will be next, as the Garrett seems to be picking up some speed as we pull out of the Peterson station area with the old heritage platform that's disused at the moment, and heaps of people on Mahana still getting their photos and videos.
So, is there many people out on the bridges watching the trains?
Usually this thing does get a lot of people off the bridges and all that. Depending on the bridges and all that, as the Garrett is now pulling ahead as we go under the roadway between Lewisham and Peterson Station. So Lewisham Station will be at you next, followed by Summer Hill. And just a reminder, if you are on platforms, please get back behind that line and keep your trim up behind the train, as these trains will be passing platforms at speed. So we're continuing through past the Lewisham Station now.
They're getting faster now, aren't they?
Yes, yeah, we are getting faster. Just about to pass under the L1 light rail line from Dulwich Hill, which ends up back to Central. So we're passing over there now with the Garrett still ahead. So it shouldn't be too far from Summer Hill Station. So if you are at Summer Hill, get your cameras ready, because we are about to come passing through you with the Garrett still ahead.
And if you're in Burwood, there's time to run down to see it, isn't there? You've got a few more minutes.
About a couple more minutes to get down to Burwood Station to see it. Mm-hmm. And the race will finish at Strathfield. But
and what are you going to do, Jace, when you get off the train at Strathfield?
Yes, we're now passing Summer Hill Station, and Summer Hill Station is literally packed full of families just waiting for the trains to pass. And of course, all the other commuters are going about their day. You're a bit surprised by all these steam trains passing through that they probably never knew were passing through. So actually, we're going to be next. So we're passing with the Garrett in the lead. We're passing Gerald Jackson Gardens at Summer Hill. So soon we'll go under Liverpool Road, and then we'll be at the Ashfield Station. And a lot of families tend to watch at Ashfield from above on the walkway there, because it is covered in glass and all that, and it's much safer for the younger kids to watch the race from there without risk of any unfortunate incidents and that happening with kids' excitement and all that. As another one of the new BSS passes us, heading into the city for a trip around the city circle.
So are you neck and neck still, or is one ahead?
The Garrett is still ahead. I can't see the Hunter at the moment. For safety reasons, I can't put my head out the window to have a look, so I've just got to try and guess where this is, as the Garrett's now passing down the Liverpool Road, and I get another mouthful of smoke and steam and soot, and I think by the sounds of it, the Hunter is starting to pick up a little bit of speed.
So we're coming onto the home stretch now, aren't we?
Yes, we are coming into the home stretch as we pass behind West Ashfield, and I think by the sounds of it, the Hunter is picking up some speed now.
Gaining speed.
Ashfield Station. So when we go through Ashfield Station, we should be neck and neck with basically, yep, the Hunter is now ahead of.
Oh, good Lord!
Come into Ashfield Station right now, so we'll be neck and neck through Ashfield. So go at Ashfield.
So is the driver getting excited? Can you see the driver? Is he like,
I can't see the driver and all that. I'm further back in the train as we pass through Ashfield Station. We're on platform at Ashfield. Full hill down at one end, waiting for the race to come through. So Croydon, you will be next. And if wondering what that blast sound was, that was another train heading into the city. As I said, regular suburban services are still running while this race is coming on, and the Garrett's now picking up speed as we're picking up speed heading past the Hunter, as a couple more toots from whistles and all that. But yeah, the crew on the Hunter look to be Well, I want to try and get a hurry on here, as I've got all the three crew up the front, including the firemen, as we are neck and neck.
You're neck and neck now, are you?
Yep, neck and neck with the Garrett just ahead.
And that's your train. You're on the Garrett, yeah?
Yep, I'm on the Garrett as we're coming up to Croydon Station, which shouldn't be too far off. And then after Croydon will be Burwood and Strathfield, as we're now about to pull through Croydon Station. And I can see a lot more people down the end of the platforms at Croydon, on both platforms.
All waving?
And on the stairs, yep, waving, and all up the stairs and all that as well, as this great train race passes through.
Oh, we've got some train fans in Croydon.
Yep, so we just passed through Croydon now. The Garrett is still ahead, so Burwood Station will be next. So you just have to be at Burwood Station. We're passing through platforms 2 and 4. And
if you're listening on your radio and you're at the station, give Jace a big wave. If you just tuned in, we are broadcasting the Great Train Race live with 2RDJ's Jace on board the Garrett.
So yes, we've probably only got about 4 minutes to go as we are heading down to Burwood. The next bridge we will pass under is Strathfield Road, which is just down the road from the radio station, basically.
That's right. I wish I could look out the window, but all I can see is the park outside. Yeah. So you're going past now. Heading.
We're still heading to Burwood. We still haven't gone under Strathfield Road yet, but we have had to slow up a bit again. As
dearie me, has the steam got to you, Jace?
Yes, the steam has got to me. So yes, this is the fun of doing this race,
and you got your GoPro on. You're filming it all.
Yep, I've got a GoPro on top of my head taking video of the race as looks like we are about to pass under Strathfield Road here at Burwood, just east of Burwood Station, so we're passing under Strathfield Road now, so Burwood Station only a couple of seconds away from you.
Alright, well you're going to have to start, cracking the whip now to make sure that your train wins, Jace.
Yep, so we're hoping that the Garrett can get a bit of power up as we're passing neck and neck through Burwood Station with more people on the platforms than that, watching these trains pass through. As we get further and further down the line, more and more people are on the platforms, and as I said...
I heard it! I heard it out the window.
Yeah.
I just heard the steam train, not through the headphones. I actually heard it out the window.
Yeah, heard it.
You better wave at me, Jace. I'm waving at you.
Yeah, I'm waving, but unfortunately between you and me, there's now Waratah AZ heading its way into the city. So we're heading now behind where Burwood Plaza is, heading towards Strathfield Station. So it looks like the Hunter is probably just ahead at the moment as we pass Burwood Public School. So we won't be long till we go under the road bridge. So hopefully the Garrett in the last bit will be able to pick up a bit of power and get through. But in the early stages of this finish, it looks as though the Hunter will be the one to take the lead.
Will there be somebody in Strathfield with a flag to declare the winner?
The winner is declared by the people on the train, and now looks like the Garrett has picked up the high speed as we come into Strathfield Station.
Oh! And
as we now pass coming into Strathfield Station, with the Garrett pulling into platform 3. We're probably just short of the platform now, and the Hunter has had to slow up. So
who you won?
Garrett this year has won the race.
Fantastic. Well done, Jace.
Yep, so we're passing through Strathfield Station right now. The Hunter is not far behind us, but the Garrett will have to actually do a slow up here because they do a special manoeuvre out of Strathfield Station where the Hunter will actually pass over the top of the Garrett as they continue on their way to their final destination, which for us will be Clyde, and for the people on the Hunter, they'll be heading up to Rhodes to turn around and come back. So it looks as though the Hunter is just finally coming through Strathfield Station right now, and as I said, the Garrett has won the race with the Hunter now coming through. It's going to take the flyover up to the Northern Line.
Oh, good Lord. Well, Jason, well done. That was a great report for Live from the Train. Thank you so much for sharing that with us this morning.
That's all right, Tina.
And I have recorded it, so I'll send it to you. And enjoy the rest of your day. And for people, if you want to know what's happening, it is transportheritageexpo.com. So get out and have some fun like Jace is. Enjoy the rest of your day, Jace.